Do not zip that bag until you read this. In 2026, TSA isn't scanning your luggage for obvious things anymore. They've upgraded to thermal imaging CT systems that build a three-dimensional density map of every bag before it moves 6 feet from the check-in counter. These systems don't need a human to make the call. The algorithm flags the bag, the belt diverts it, and a team is moving toward it before you've reached the gate. The electronics getting flagged, confiscated, and in some cases destroyed this year are not contraband. They are completely normal, widely sold, frequently recommended travel gear that millions of people own and pack without a second thought, until the day they don't make it through. Here are 15 electronics that will get your bag pulled, opened, and searched in 2026, if you pack them in the wrong place. Number 7 is the one causing the most secondary inspections at international checkpoints right now, and the fix takes exactly 4 seconds. Number 1. Power banks in checked bags, most confiscated items at major checkpoints. 2 years running. Not the second most. Not close. The single most seized electronic item in the history of commercial aviation security, and travelers are still packing them in checked bags every single day. Here is the physics that makes this non-negotiable. Lithium-ion batteries are prone to thermal runaway, a self-sustaining chemical chain reaction where the battery generates its own heat, which accelerates the reaction, which generates more heat, until the battery ignites. In a cabin where crew have access, a thermal runaway event is manageable. In a sealed cargo hold at altitude, it is catastrophic. There is no suppression access. There is no early intervention. There is only the outcome. If it charges your devices without a wall outlet, it contains a lithium battery. It must travel in your carry-on. And check the label before you pack it. Anything over 100 watt-hours requires airline pre-approval. Over 160 watt-hours, it cannot board at all. Hard rule: if it has a battery and charges things, it rides in the cabin with you. No exceptions. Number 2. Butane-powered hair styling tools. And it is catching more travelers off guard than almost any other item on this list, because the product is marketed as a travel essential. Cordless butane-powered curling irons and straighteners, the kind that use a small replaceable butane cartridge instead of a power cord, are classified by TSA as pressurized gas devices. The butane cartridge is a compressed flammable gas. In a checked bag in a cargo hold, it is treated identically to any other pressurized flammable canister. If the canister is punctured or the valve is damaged under the weight of surrounding luggage, the result is a flammable gas release in an enclosed space. You can bring one butane styling tool in your carry-on, but only if it has the manufacturer's safety cover installed over the heating element. That safety cover must be in place. Without it, the device cannot board in any bag. And the spare butane refill cartridge? Remove it from your bag right now. Not from the checked bag, from your carry-on too. Spare butane refills cannot board a commercial aircraft in any form, in any bag. There are no exceptions and there is no discretion. Number 3. Heated vests and battery-powered warming garments. Travelers who run cold discovered battery-heated vests a few years ago, and many have incorporated them into their standard travel kit. This item is a trap, not because the vest is dangerous, but because of what's hidden inside it that most travelers forget about completely. The vest itself is fabric. It can travel anywhere. The battery pack that powers it is a lithium battery. It cannot travel in your checked bag under any circumstances. The number of travelers who fold the vest neatly into their suitcase, zip it closed, and check it without removing the battery from the chest pocket is documented and significant at major checkpoints. The scanner sees clothing. Then the scanner sees a lithium battery inside the clothing. The diversion process begins immediately. Hard rule: vest in either bag. Battery pack in your carry-on. Remove the battery physically before packing. Confirm it is out, then pack. The vest and the battery travel separately. Every trip. Every time. Number 4. Smart luggage with non-removable batteries. If you upgraded your luggage in the last 3 years and bought a case with a built-in USB charging port, GPS tracker, or digital weight sensor, this rule is for you. And it affects your bag before it gets to the security belt. Airlines in 2026 require that every lithium battery in checked luggage be removable with one hand in under 10 seconds. Not removable with a screwdriver. Not removable if you know the trick. One hand, 10 seconds. If your smart suitcase battery doesn't meet that standard, the bag cannot be checked. The scenario that catches most travelers by surprise is the gate check situation. Your carry-on is too large for the regional aircraft, and the gate agent asks you to check it. If your carry-on is a smart bag with an integrated battery, you must remove that battery before handing the bag over. If the battery won't come out, the bag stays on the jet bridge. Not delayed, not held for later. Left behind, test your smart luggage battery removal tonight. Time it with your phone. If it takes tools or takes more than 10 seconds, contact the manufacturer or replace the case before your next flight. Number 5. Electric hand warmers. To the TSA scanning system, they look like dense lithium battery packs, because that is exactly what they are. The old shake-to-activate chemical hand warmers. The single-use packets can travel anywhere without restriction. No battery, no flag. Rechargeable electric hand warmers are a different product classification entirely. They are, functionally, a small lithium battery with a heating element. They require the same treatment as any other lithium device. Carry-on only, under 100 watt-hours, accessible and removable from any bag that gets gate-checked. The packaging almost never identifies them as lithium battery devices because they are marketed as comfort products. The scanner doesn't read marketing categories. Carry them in your personal item alongside your phone and your laptop. That is where they belong. Number 6. CPAP machine spare batteries. Your CPAP machine itself can travel anywhere. Checked bag, carry-on, personal item. TSA and airlines treat the machine as medical equipment, and it moves through the process accordingly. The spare battery is a completely different matter. CPAP batteries are lithium batteries, and many CPAP batteries significantly exceed the standard 100 watt-hour carry-on threshold. Because CPAP devices require substantially more power than a phone or tablet, they are permitted as medical equipment in carry-on bags. But the watt-hour exception for medical devices requires two things. The battery must be in your carry-on, not your checked bag, and it must be protected against short-circuiting. A loose CPAP battery with exposed terminals rattling against your keys, coins, and metal pen in a carry-on bag is creating the exact condition that causes a short circuit. Use the original protective case. Cover the terminals with electrical tape if the case is lost. Never place it loose in a bag with metal objects. And never under any circumstances check it. If you are hitting the like button, do it now. It takes 1 second, and it helps other travelers find this before their CPAP battery gets confiscated at the gate. Number 7. Rechargeable hearing aid charging cases. This is the one causing the most secondary inspections at international checkpoints right now. And the fix is genuinely simple once you know about it. The hearing aids themselves are not a concern. In your ears, in a case, anywhere in any bag, no restriction. The rechargeable charging case that holds and powers your hearing aids contains a lithium battery. That battery, in a case that looks exactly like a small eyeglass case or a jewelry box, triggers a lithium battery flag when it appears in a checked bag scan. The officer sees a lithium battery in checked luggage and initiates the secondary screening protocol. Your hearing aids are fine. Your bag is being searched because of the case. The fix: carry the charging case in your carry-on. Not because it is dangerous, it contains 0.3 grams of lithium, which is well within safe parameters. But because any lithium battery in a checked bag creates a scanning flag in 2026 regardless of size, and the 4 seconds it takes to move the case to your carry-on eliminates the 25-minute secondary screening it would otherwise trigger. If you use traditional zinc air hearing aid batteries with the small paper pull tabs, these can travel anywhere with no restriction whatsoever. Number 8. Portable oxygen concentrators and handheld nebulizers. The tabletop plug-in nebulizer that sits on your nightstand. Fine in checked luggage. No battery, no electrical component, no concern. The portable handheld nebulizer with a built-in rechargeable battery. Carry-on only without exception. The battery is typically sealed inside the device in a way that makes it look permanent, which is exactly why travelers don't recognize it as a battery subject to the carry-on restriction. Portable oxygen concentrators approved by the FAA for use during flight are similarly restricted. They must travel in the cabin. The pressure changes in a cargo hold can affect their calibration, and the batteries constitute a fire risk. The rule that covers both of these in every similar device: if it has a battery you cannot see and cannot remove. Assume it travels in your carry-on until you've confirmed otherwise with the specific airline and the specific device. That assumption protects you in every situation. Number 9. Vibrating devices without travel locks. Engaged. This one is not about fire. It is about the specific documented response of a baggage handling team to a suitcase that is making noise in the cargo area. An electric toothbrush that activates inside a checked bag because the power button was compressed by surrounding clothing or other items produces a sustained vibrating sound. Baggage handlers who encounter that sound do not think, "Toothbrush." Protocol requires treating an unidentified vibrating sound in luggage as a potential improvised device until visual verification is complete. Your bag is pulled. Your bag is opened. Your bag may miss the transfer to your connecting flight while this process is completed. Tape the power button of any vibrating device before placing it in a checked bag. Use the travel lock on your electric razor if it has one. If your device has no travel lock and no way to be secured against accidental activation, it belongs in your carry-on where you can explain what it is in under 5 seconds. Number 10. Tablets and e-readers in checked luggage. You are not going to read during the flight. You are going to watch the seat back screen. So the tablet can go in the checked bag. It cannot. Tablet batteries are large, flat lithium cells built for a device that sits on a surface or is held in a hand. They are not engineered to absorb the impact of a 50-pound suitcase dropped onto them in a cargo hold. A lithium cell that is punctured or structurally compromised does not fail gradually. It enters thermal runaway at the point of failure. In a sealed suitcase surrounded by fabric and clothing that can feed the fire, there is nowhere for that event to go safely. Beyond the safety issue, tablets in checked bags are theft targets. Baggage handling staff can identify tablet-shaped objects on a scan. Tablets that travel in cargo holds do not always arrive intact. Every screen, phone, tablet, e-reader, laptop travels in the cabin, in the overhead bin above your seat or under the seat in front of you. This is not a preference. It is the logical outcome of understanding what a compromised lithium cell does in an enclosed space. A critical clarification: air tags and small tracking devices are permitted. There is a persistent, widely circulated, and completely incorrect rumor that major airlines have banned Apple AirTags and similar small tracking devices from checked luggage. This is false. The lithium battery in an AirTag contains 0.3 grams of lithium, well below the threshold that triggers any restriction on commercial aircraft. AirTags, tile trackers, and equivalent small tracking devices are permitted in checked luggage without restriction. Place them in your bags, track your bags, and disregard this particular piece of misinformation entirely. Number 11. Laptops checked in sleep mode. You had to check your carry-on at the gate because the overhead bins were full. Your laptop was inside it in sleep mode. Sleep mode is not off. The processor is active. The device will respond to wake triggers, a scheduled update, a notification, a change in temperature or pressure. A laptop that wakes in a sealed, unventilated cargo hold and cannot complete a normal boot cycle can overheat in the enclosed space of your suitcase, surrounded by your clothing. This has caused documented fires. If your laptop must travel in a checked or gate-checked bag, under any circumstances, power it down completely. Not sleep, not hibernate. Shut down. The extra 15 seconds this takes is not a consideration worth weighing against the alternative outcome. Number 12. Older power banks from 2019 or earlier. It works fine. It charges things. Why replace it? Because lithium-ion cells degrade with charge cycles. An older battery that shows no visible external damage can have internal cell degradation that makes thermal runaway significantly more likely under the temperature and pressure conditions of an aircraft cabin. Airlines ban older power banks from checked luggage for exactly this reason, but the risk exists in the cabin too. Modern power banks from reputable manufacturers include built-in temperature regulation systems and automatic shutoff circuits that older models simply do not have. The cost of replacing a 2019 power bank is less than the cost of the secondary screening, the flight delay, and the confiscation paperwork that a failing older unit can trigger. Replace it. Carry the new one. Travel lighter and safer. Number 13. Electric scooter and mobility device batteries. This is the most operationally complex rule in this entire list, and it requires a phone call to your specific airline before your travel day. Not at check-in. Not at the gate. Before. Collapsible electric scooters, power wheelchairs, and motorized mobility devices cannot simply be folded and handed to a baggage handler. The battery must be disconnected from the device and transported in the cabin with you. The frame, the wheels, and the non-battery components can be checked. The lithium battery pack, regardless of its size or the watt-hour rating, must travel with you in the cabin. The specific procedure for disconnecting and packaging the battery varies by device and by airline. Some require that the battery be placed in a protective case and declared at check-in. Some require advance notification and documentation. Some require the battery to travel in a specific type of protective packaging. Call the airline 48 hours before your flight. Tell them exactly what device you have and ask for the specific procedure for your routing. Get a confirmation number. Do not arrive at the airport expecting this to be resolved at the check-in counter in 3 minutes. Number 14. Gaming consoles carried with multiple lithium accessories. A gaming console in your carry-on is fine. The console itself travels well, and the battery inside a Nintendo Switch or Steam Deck is well within the standard carry-on threshold. The problem is the accessories. External battery packs for extended play, portable charging docks, multiple controllers with internal batteries. A carry-on bag that contains a gaming console plus 3 or 4 lithium-powered accessories creates a battery density profile that flags during scanning as an anomalously high lithium concentration for a personal bag. The flag doesn't result in confiscation. It results in a hand search and a battery count that can take 20 minutes when you are trying to make a connection. Carry one external battery for your console, leave the rest in your checked bag or at home. Number 15. Dual battery camera systems and spare camera batteries. Professional and serious amateur photographers traveling with multiple camera batteries need to understand the specific rule that covers this category, because it is different from the standard power bank rule in one important way. Loose lithium metal batteries, including the spare rechargeable batteries for DSLR cameras, mirrorless cameras, must travel in your carry-on bag and must be individually protected against short-circuiting. Each battery must be in its own individual protective case, or have electrical tape covering both terminals. A bag of loose camera batteries rattling together, terminal against terminal, in a carry-on bag creates the exact contact condition that can cause a short circuit. The batteries don't need to be checked to be dangerous in this configuration. They need to be individually protected. 6 batteries in 6 individual cases or with 6 sets of taped terminals. Every trip. Here are the 5 rules that protect you across every device on this list. Rule 1. If it charges things and has no wall plug required, it rides in the cabin with you. Rule 2. If it vibrates, lock it or tape it before it goes in any bag. Rule 3. Every screen travels in the cabin. No exceptions, based on convenience. Rule 4. Smart luggage battery must eject with one hand in 10 seconds, or the bag doesn't fly. Rule 5. When the device is medical equipment, call the airline 48 hours ahead and get a confirmation number. The electronics that move through 2026 airport security without drama are not special. They are packed correctly, declared when required, and carried in the right bag. That is the entire system. It takes less time to do it right than it takes to explain it wrong at a checkpoint. Pack smart. Travel lighter. Arrive with everything you left with.